So I'm going to go back to the other day. We did the lab overview and directions. We skipped the part of the gears and gears ratios. So here we go. So looking at kind of what we have here so far, we have a couple of things here. Here, two things. One's called a driver gear. Sorry, one called a driven gear. Driver driven. Big difference here. The driver gear, that's the one that does all the turning, the initiating, the going. Think of it like if you had on a school bus, or maybe you are, can we go? No, we can't. If you were the student on the school bus, there we go, come back. And let's go, not a fan of that color, hard to see. Let's try, where'd you go? Uh-oh. No, let me change colors. Gotta blindly guess. Here we go. Okay, blue. So if you're on a school bus, here's a wheel, school bus. Oh, I'm a great drawer. At a school bus. There's a window. The bus driver, he or she is the one that sits up here somewhere usually, right? Sit up here. And they drive the bus. They control where they go, how fast, how slow, when to stop, all that stuff, right? So the driver sits in the front. They control, they lead, they are the goer, the doer. Scroll back, I can't, I'm stuck. The other one was the driven gear. And the driven gear is kind of like everyone getting a ride. Whatever the bus driver does, they follow along with. If he or she drives slow, they get a slow ride. If he or she speeds, they all get a speed. He or she stops, they stop. The driver drives, the driven are along for the ride. Let's go back. Where are we at? So there's driver and driven. This gear ratios stuff here. We're kind of calculating the number of spins one gear spins compared to the number of the other. How many of one to how many of the other. So it's a ratio of number of spins to number of spins. The formula is the number of teeth on the driven gear compared to number of teeth on the driver gear. So it's driven over driver. Don't divide, just reduce. Let's try one once. So let's say we had, it's always read by default. That's kind of annoying. Let's say that we had two gears. We have a gear and a gear. We'll put a handle on this gear. So this is going to be my driver gear. This is my driver gear. This is the driver right here. This one's along for the ride. This one's going to be the driven. So driver, driven. Let's say just for sake of math. Oh no, pointer. I'm guessing now, aren't I? Nope, cancel. Okay. Let's say this is going to be a 50 tooth gear. That's a 10 tooth gear. The formula says we want to have the number of teeth on the driven over the driver. In this case, it's going to be 10 teeth on the driven gear compared to the 50 on the driver gear. 10 over 50. This don't divide, reduce. 10 goes in there once, 10 goes in there 5 times. So the gear ratio is going to be 1 to 5, which converts to, in a math, a 1 to 5 gear ratio. Meaning, look here once. If I spun this one time, one full spin, I would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? Because 50 teeth are spinning, right? And they mesh against these 10 teeth. Makes sense. 50 teeth, 10 teeth, 20 teeth, 30 teeth. Makes sense. 40, 50. So ratio is just comparing one to the other. Okay? So that's the gear ratios for that one. What else we got here? Come back. Oh, sorry, close. We'll do this here also later. So now we got driven gear, driver gear, and gear ratios. All right. Need any extra help? Again, on your Schoology page, you have the little icon here to click for an email for me, or to Google some stuff.